Emma Watson responds to her haters after a slew of people on social media were criticizing her for this photo, this Vanity Fair photo.
Hermione.
Look at that. That
And
looks so soft. Just aside from her being naked, I want something like made of that really
crochet,
thick crochet.
like a whole
Oh,
blanket.
that came at her like her. Go ahead, Sam.
Okay.
Pillowy.
So there were a number of tweets criticizing her. One from Julia Hartley Brewer. Emma Watson, feminism, gender wage gap. Why, oh, why am I not taking seriously feminism? Oh, and here are my tits. So Emma Watson responded, watch, this is on the BBC.
Feminism is about giving women choice. Feminism is not a stick with which to beat other women with. It's about freedom. It's about liberation. It's about equality. It's not, I really don't know what my tits have to do with it. It's very confusing.
All right, thoughts, 5 words or less.
Feminism is the breast.
Breasts. Beautiful, eloquent, exquisite breasts.
This is getting airy.
That's hogwash. Hogwash?
Like Hogwarts.
Like Hogwarts, but hogswash. I'm gonna keep it, it's fine. Or I can blame Slytherin, just blame Slytherin.
Blame Slytherin.
Okay, so tell me this. Now, when you guys first saw the cover, oh, you know what we should do really quickly? Let me get in, because the Beyhive. This is Justin, Amir.
Justin, breaking
This
morning.
is breaking. Okay, so now the Beyhive has gotten in on the mix, okay? They have swarmed Emma Watson. So let's talk about the Beyhive and why they're upset. It's different from the initial criticism. But according to the Daily Beast, Bees fans have now unearthed an interview from 2014 in which Watson appeared to criticize Beyonce's sexy performance in a video to a song accompanying her album of that year. So they are talking about, the Beyhive is talking about an interview that Watson gave in Wonderland magazine, where she says, quote, as I was watching the videos, I felt very conflicted. I felt her message felt very conflicted in the sense that on the one hand, she's putting herself in a category of a feminist, but then the camera, it felt very male, such a male voyeuristic experience of her. And that's what the Beyhive is now bringing up. There's a number of tweets. I'll read one of them from MJ Star Lover. Emma Watson is a hypocrite now that she's being attacked for the same thing she attacked Beyonce for 5 years ago. It is a problem. Girl, bye.
Girl, bye. Okay, so sorry. I guess first I love how Bees fans. I'm sure there's someone that sits at a computer thinking how they can correlate anything to Beyonce. But because I don't think I agree with Emma Watson to a degree, because if it can be confusing, but I don't think that the definition of feminism, according to Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie and Webster's Dictionary, is the political, social, and economic equality of the sexes, right?
Right.
So if men can be sexual and have a duality in their nature and their personality, women can too. So Emma should have thought about that before she made that comment back then. But getting to Emma today and her breasts and Vanity Fair, I think it was fantastic. I thought she looked amazing. There wasn't anything, it wasn't like she was in double XL magazine like this.
But if she wants to, I say go for it.
Right, but
it's your choice. If you want to
Yeah.
get naked, if you want to text me the
Yep.
photos of it.
feminism
I'll be fine.
to me, and this is what I interpret as feminism as well, is the celebration of a woman's body and the celebration of women in general. So
And making the choice,
Exactly.
having the choice to decide whether or not she wants to do that in the first place. My question is, why do certain artists who have the brand of feminism, because Rihanna has the brand of feminism, why do some of them get slammed so easily and some of them don't?
Phrasing.
well, or
Why
I don't
did
know.
some of them get criticized so easily? Why is Emma
Okay,
Watson criticized so easily? Because if this was another artist that did
She's
this,
wrong, because Emma Watson was wrong back then. She was
I'm
wrong.
not talking about the Beyonce part. We'll get to that.
But you're
We'll-
talking about in general, why
in
some?
general,
Yeah.
why this photo? So the Vanity Fair photo, if that was Rihanna, no one would care.
She's a very outspoken person politically, Emma Watson is. She is very active in speaking before various political organizations.
Right, she for She campaign, the
if
UN Women.
So if people don't like that and there's any wiggle room to criticize her, they do go after her. Anyone
it.
who's slighted you in the past. For the Beyonce thing, I think that Emma Watson should be held to account for what she said 5 years ago, because it ruined Beyonce's career.
And it was only a couple years ago.
I agree with what both of you guys are saying, and I think that if Emma Watson were to be asked about this interview from 2014, she'd be like, yeah, you know what, that was not accurate that I said that, because especially when you read it through, she's like, it felt like a male voyeuristic gaze, like, well, it may have felt that way, but it was, we know that Beyonce gets the final say on all of her creative projects logic. So women can be sexual as well, like you pointed out, Jason. And ultimately, the whole point of feminism that I think that we lose when we sort of start tearing down feminists and nitpicking at certain things here and there is that feminism is all about inclusion. When we talk about intersexual feminists, like it's all about including everyone and leaning in and bringing everyone into the conversation. And so when we find these beacons that are speaking out for the political and economic equality of women and tearing them down, we're just detracting from what the message of feminism is. And then that's not right. We shouldn't be going after these people, but we should still hold everyone accountable when they say things that do not align with feminist ideals. But feminist ideals are something that we can all, I think we should all be able to agree on.
And continue to discuss.
Right.
Like, I'm sure that at the time, Emma Watson wasn't being a dick about Beyonce. She wasn't like, I hate Beyonce, so what can I say about Beyonce?
I'm sure that
it seems, especially from the thoughtful nature of her criticism, that she thought she was being a feminist and thought she was having like the right approach to this. And it's very possible that looking back 5 years later, which is what, a quarter of her life, she can look back and say, you know what, I was wrong. I apologize.
It's the sort of thing that you always grow and evolve on. And especially she's been growing up in the public eye for so long, since the beginning of her career. So it's normal that she would have these views that would change over time. And she's not alone in that. We could probably dig up old comments of Beyonce's or old comments of Rihanna's if it came to it. But we shouldn't be going out on a witch hunt saying like, you're a bad feminist, you're bad at that. But if it comes up, let's critique it. Let's hold them accountable.
And the people that are calling her a bad feminist, I think you hit the nail on the head, Brett. The fact that it's finally giving them reason to nitpick something from her, right? They didn't agree with what she was saying in the past, which is insane because this is someone that's really dedicating her life work to the He for She campaign, to equality, to feminism, to just inclusion in general. But yeah, if they had a knee-jerk reaction to her feminism, they could not wait for her to, in their eyes, to mess up.
It's the same
and that's
thing
what it is.
where it's like there was people a lot of the time have a pre-existing feeling about someone and they can't help but apply that in the interpretation of stuff, and it leads to hypocrisy.
Or they're pissed that she's no longer Hermione Granger and she's evolving into a woman, and they're ruining that vision of her as a child. That, who knows?
And there's to many people out there, feminism is still a dirty word, and that sucks. Even though, as you quoted the definition, it's all about equality. Everyone should be a feminist, but it's still stigmatized to certain people.
And people think that men aren't capable of being feminists because of our standpoint in society, that this is a male-dominated world, which that's a different Pop Sugar episode, but I disagree with that. I think I'm a feminist because I absolutely feel that
you
women
are a feminist.
are bad as fuck and should be able to have exactly what I have, if not more.
Hey,
not
to the
more,
men.
not more.
Oh
Let's not go crazy.
Remove Brett
They
from the
have
studio.
extra. They should give me a little. Hurts.
All right, we love you, Emma Watson. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time on Pop Sugar.